Croeso, welcome back to more Britain's Hidden History. As you're probably aware, we've been trying to track down the mounds that form the star map, a map of Orion we're hoping to find, working with Richard Hall on this one, trying to track down where we think the mounds were. So I went out with Tim Lewis and we're checking out Rubina Mound, which will put a video up soon, and a rather sad and disturbing site of what was once the mound at Whitchurch. So Tim took me here because he knows Cardiff at the back of his hand. He was brought up in this area. He knows extremely well. And this, he says, is the site of where the mound was. Well, we're trying to find it. There's no trace at all, not even a monument. There's a slight clue in the name of the street, Troida, because that comes to Troideroo, which signifies, the foot of the slope. This seems to be all we've got, rather tragically. So how can we find it? This is probably where it was. Tim, so you're trying to find this mound. So what do you think? You think this mound used to be here?
Yeah, it was here up until about 1970, maybe 76, early 70s anyway. It was here. It was right where these garages are, and that building in the background is. I recall that being here as a kid. No idea if it was a burial mound or what it was for, but it was definitely here up until certainly early 70s. I suspect it might have been about 76, and the building work started here, and that was the end of it.
Right. Can you remember roughly how big it was or anything like that? Or any detail? I know it's a long time ago.
It wasn't. I recall the other mound that we've just been to up in Rubina. It wasn't as big as that. So it was probably about 20 foot tall, maybe a bit taller, a little overgrown, grassy, scrub bushes on it, and
like most of the ones we see.
Yeah, and that was that. So
they just bulldozed through it. There's nothing here at all now.
No. But it's on the old map. It's on the old 1860, 1880. Early Ordnance Survey maps. I'll give you a copy of that to put on your...
Brilliant.
I
got this wonderful resource. The best one is still National Library of Scotland, although finally the National Library of Wales is starting to make old maps of Wales available. I have met Scott. Hope you can see him again soon. He's doing a good job, and this resource will soon be much easier to use on the Welsh one as it is on the Scotland one. So there we are. Here's, as you see, this is the Severn Estuary. These old maps are great for seeing things. There's Cardiff, Llandaff, where the cathedral is, St Fagans, Cowbridge, all these different areas. Just go to National Library of Scotland, go to the maps. I'll pop a link up. The area we're looking for is Whitchurch. So we sort of zoom in and zoom in and zoom in. Whoa, we suddenly got onto this level. Now the first landmark to look for is the church. There's the church, St Mary's Church. Here we go. I'm going to pop a little video up on that because it's right opposite the Fox and Hounds pub. And there's this little oasis, little garden of peace, and a very ancient church there. We filmed that while we were up there. And you follow the map. And rather sadly, there it is. Or there it was. Interesting, it's still got, that should be Troideroo. It should be foot of the ridge or foot of the slope. It's just become well, they slaughtered a bit, the old map makers. What used to happen in those days, quite often you get English army boys coming and they'd listen and they'd do their best. The mapping is quite remarkable, I have to admit, the accuracy. But as far as spelling of names and things like that, unfortunately, it's a bit of a hit and miss situation. So there you go. There's the mound clearly marked. And as you saw, it's now those flats, flattened for flats. And this happens all the time, which is why it's so important we record as much as we can now while it's still hidden, not destroyed. So that's the sad tale of Whitchurch mound. This is what a mound should look like, okay? This is Twin Tudor, mound of Tudor. And you can see there, it's been there, how long? Who knows, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, longer. Even here, though, you can see the trees have been planted and they're going to start taking over, and those roots will dig in and ruin it. I mean, obviously any chance of archaeology will also be gone. But the main thing is to keep them in their site and keep them as they were always intended. There's a photograph Tim Lewis took of the other mound, which I'll put the video up of this soon, at Rubina. As you can see, the trees have taken it over, but it still does have a magical quality. And most importantly, the mound is still there. You can still see it, and it's still on the map, and you can visit it. It hasn't yet become this and suffered the fate of the mound it was in Whitchurch, and forms a key part of this star map. And it's also part of our history. So please let people know. Share this video. Ask questions if you know any counsellors on it. And we need support, because for reasons I do not understand that are really bizarre, there seems to be no official interest at all in preserving these sites or even recording them all. So it's up to us to do it. And we need help. So share the videos, buy the books, become a member, and ask questions and be aware of it. Because as, I usually say at this point that the good thing is that it's not yet destroyed history. It's Britain's hidden history. Not the case of Whitchurch. More places are going to go soon. It's going on all the time, and with the amount of house building that's going on, it's going to be carnage. So please be aware, stay going, and have a bit better, happier video coming along soon. So until the next time, Heddiw.